Hello and happy Monday. It's me, Michael Bach, your diversity dude, and it's a pleasure to bring you another episode of Monday Morning Musings. I'm drinking coffee from my friends at Stantec, not the coffee, just the cup, which I may have stolen, but really let's not focus on the details. So I want to talk about something that's kind of brewing in the media right now. And it relates to some really unfortunate incidents that happened over Canada Day long weekend, where we had groups of Indigenous peoples protesting and groups of straight, white, able-bodied men, young, straight, white, able-bodied men, and I'm assuming a couple things like maybe not straight, maybe not able-bodied, but let's go with it, countering those protests and trying to break them up and trying to make these statements like, oh, this is a British colony. And what it reminds me is that we as Canadians don't have a full understanding of our history here. We have a horrible, horrible relationship with the Indigenous communities going back to the 1700s when settlers arrived in this land, and we either stole the land from Indigenous peoples or we signed treaties with them that we never actually kept our commitments on, or we passed legislation like the Indian Act, which if you don't know it, you should look it up because it did some pretty horrible things, including taking away all of the rights and freedoms of Indigenous peoples in this country. We have a bad history here, and the only way forward is through reconciliation. But more importantly is through understanding. People like me, people who are of Western European descent, who seem to have this belief that the alt-right, the white is right attitude, we need to wake up and understand that we are the aggressors and we have a lot to make up for. I think one of the things I would like to see coming out of Canada 150, the infamous Canada 150, is Canadians taking the time to understand our history, the history as it actually is, not the history as was taught to me as a young person growing up in this country, because it was definitely revised in some ways, but is taking the time to understand where we come from so that we can understand where we have to go. The Indigenous peoples have more of a right to be here than we do. And not that I'm advocating that 95% of the country leave, because obviously that would not work. But we have a lot to do to make up for the things that we did. So I'm going to encourage everyone who's watching this video to go out, to learn about our history, to speak with Indigenous peoples and get to know them and respect them, and respect their process around healing, and know that we have a lot of work to do. To my Indigenous friends who are watching this video, what I would say is that you have an ally in me, you have an advocate in me. I will not sit idly by over the next 150 years and watch as we continue to disrespect the first peoples of this land. So there, happy Monday. I hope you have a glorious week, and I will see you all next week for another episode of Monday Morning Musings. Take care.